They're racing immediately. But a champion becomes a legend. Maccabi Diva wins it again.
Yes, yes, yes. Wins the Everest. Glen Boss wins another big one.
Who's the Boss, and a special way to see out this magnificent series.
Yep.
Bossy, our last for 2025, our last for this particular series.
Yep.
I've got to thank you first up. Thank you at the start, not the end, for opening up a few doors for some experiences for me as a horse racing nuffy and some of the people that watch this as well. Maccabi's farm.
Yep. How good.
Maccabi Diva's farm. Arrowfield stud.
How good.
Here at Inglis.
Yep.
As well. The sale yard. Thanks, mate.
And we went to the pub at Rudy Hill.
Yes, the Woodstock.
Woodstock. So
I think Jim Cassidy's still there.
He'd be a few beers in at Little Jimbo, but yeah, we've gone transit, which is really nice.
Yeah,
We'll have to go OS next.
OS.
Oh, let's do that.
Have I told you about my Hong Kong trip, by the way? I'm going to Hong Kong. I'll sought your advice on this.
Of course, okay. I'll tell you where not to go.
Tell me the places to go and not to go.
Yeah, all right. Good as go.
Look forward to that. But, mate, yeah, it's the last show. So what we're going to do here, we're just going to have a yak about horse racing and the picture right now, especially out of the spring. We'll get some awards away, and then at the back end we'll have some tips for the forthcoming weekend. Racing in WA is really heating up. We're here at the Inglis Hotel with all thanks to the good people at William Inglis, home to some of the best sales in Australia for horse flesh.
Some of the horse flesh comes from here. So, a lot of Group 1 winners come out of this place, mate. It's a magnificent place.
Yeah. They've got a really special place. They've got all their Group 1 winners up
all
there.
All over the walls, yeah.
And a few more going up after what we've just seen. Also, I mentioned AirTouch, airtouch.net.au for all your air conditioning needs. Much needed over summer. Bossy, remote control air conditioning, the best.
Yeah, we've just sorted Campo out. He's got here and he's
last week, yep.
Yeah, last week. He said to me, air conditioning blew up, so AirTouch sorted him out.
airtouch.net.au is the place to go for that. And, you can get it on your phone. You set your air conditioning settings through your phone remotely. Everything's sorted when you get home. And, as well, before we get rolling with some opinion, IPE Events, big supporters of Who's the Boss. Not possible without AirTouch and IPE Events and our good friends at Ladbrokes as well for the 100%. Support of the show. IPEvents.com.au for all your big corporate days at sport and racing.
And we've got a new one on board. They're going to go to Perth for the Quokka.
The Quokka.
They're going to host some people over there. So I'm looking forward to doing that.
Too easy. Let's cheers the Quokka, shall we?
Cheers, mate.
This is the start of the show. I think the barman at the back there is getting things sorted as well for our second glass of champagne, perhaps.
Beautiful.
So we saw some unreal racing
over
the course of the last couple of months. It felt like, and obviously Melbourne's had its issues with, the feeling around horse racing, the feeling around the sport. I mean, up here in Sydney, people have a shot at Volandis for fun about what he's trying to do with the sport, but it feels like a bit of a buzz is back with a younger crowd, especially, both in Melbourne and Sydney after spring.
Yeah, and it's been no mistake. So this has been planning. Obviously, let's talk about Melbourne. They set these protocols in place and everyone jumped up and down, but it's taken a few years, and have a look what's happening now. We've got a lot Sofa racing. Okay, yeah, some horses don't make it to the final field, but the independent vets have made sure that the welfare of the animal and the race itself is got to be foremost. So it's working. So, and then let's get to the younger crowds. I think the Everest has really put a lot of eyes on our sport again.
Yep.
Especially the younger people. And listen, they're all on social media, so it doesn't matter where they are in Australia. They're saying, okay, geez, that's going right. So then all of a sudden we switched to Melbourne for our spring, and I was there every day over the 4 days, and I was mingling around. I've never seen so many young people go to the races. So
they put the stage at the end of the straight for those that weren't there at Flemington.
That's right.
After the last day, which was a filthy
Fisher
day.
was playing.
Fisher,
yep,
your man from up there in Goldie.
But I mean,
he was going off.
It's an entertaining precinct, right? So the horses are there to entertain, the jockeys and trainers, whatever, are there to entertain the crowd. And then all of a sudden they put this good live show on at the end of the day, and it's worked. So I'd like to see the best race be the last race, and then go straight into the concert. Oh yeah, that's the go. I got some really good thoughts about that one.
Yeah, well, expand on those, because I look at a day like Oaks Day and I think, I don't know, it feels like not a day off, but it's the out of the four. It's something that has an opportunity to maybe do something a bit different.
Needs to be tweaked. So my opinion on Oaks Day is start late make it a shorter race meeting. Maybe instead of having 10 races, have a maximum of 8. Only have 8. That's a maximum. Even make it 6.
Well, Royal Ascot, if I'm not mistaken, has 6 per day, doesn't it?
Mate, just 6 good races,
Yeah.
okay? Have the Oaks the last race, but twilight.
Ooh.
Have it twilight, and then and the girls can stay there, and the boys can stay there. Have a good little like a music, not like a full-on music festival, but have something after it. So it's not such this long, boring kind of day, and then people.
It's just same. Yeah.
Same. It's wash and repeat. So you don't want to do that. You got to mix it up. So I'm saying start late, have 6 races. And have a concert at the end of it, and people. It's an amazing facility. The grandstands there are state of the art. Use the damn things.
Yeah, because you look at Flemington, you've got a footprint where you can fit in comfortably 90,000 people. Can't do that at Randwick. Randwick are thinking of opening up the infield next year to kind of, because I was talking to a few people that went to Randwick on Everest Day. They said it was bordering on uncomfortable because there was just too many people.
Too many people.
Great atmosphere, but it's like you're talking half an hour to get a drink, 45 minutes to get a drink. That takes the shine off.
You could have another 20 or 30,000 people in the infield there, and be comfortable. It's a huge vacant area which they use for car parking.
Yeah.
Nah, this should be people there. They do it at Moonee Valley. They have the infield.
Yes.
At Flemington, they have the infield. You still get the same experience, but you've got so many more people there.
Exactly. The Cup.
Yep.
So the internationals, they came in with great numbers. I think there were 10 internationals that ran in the 24.
8 different countries.
8 different countries. Very hard to line up the form, it must be said. But in the end, the only Australian-bred horse wins the contest. Has it twisted in a sense that maybe some of these international big stables are a little wary of sending their best of the best because they don't want to send them all away because of the vet protocols, whatever, waiting, and now it's kind of swinging in the favour of the locals, or is it just ebbing and flowing and we'll see the internationals win one soon?
I think it's ebbing and flowing. Joseph O'Brien brought Al Riffa, who's a proper racehorse.
And Goody Two Shoes.
Yeah, and Goody Two Shoes, and so Al Riffa had to carry a big weight and unfortunately never got into the race. Mark Zahra I think he erred on the side of the caution from the draw. He went, he drew bad, right? So he went back. And he just took himself out of the contest and never got a gallop. So I'd forgive him. And Mark Zahra said he's good enough to win a Cox Plate. That's how good he is. But there was they got the visitors' draws, a couple of them.
Yep.
But Goody Two Shoes was fantastic, given a great ride. But, it was down to what was a brilliant ride by Half Yours and Jamie Mellon. That was just incredible.
And I don't know if you saw it this week, Half Yours in the paddock.
Yeah, love and life.
Just like kicking around and just acting like a little teenager, basically, having a great time.
Yeah, unbelievable. So what a great result, though. Another page in our race has been written, but it's a very, very good advertisement for our racing that young Jamie Mellon was out there, go there and do it. And
we spoke obviously last week about the ins and outs of the ride. It was great detail that you provided, but I reckon Jamie's still in that state. Do you think, after you won these ones, were you still 2 weeks later just going, what happened to me?
Yeah, I mean, you do. It's amazing. You'll be sitting in your lounge room and you look up and see that thing sitting on the mantle and you go, oh God, I've won a Melbourne Cup. It does. It has. It hits you again, and Jamie will do that over the next couple of weeks because she'll be pushed and pulled and asked to go to different functions, and she'll have to relive all those memories. And I'm still doing it 20 years later, and it's still just as fun.
I bet it is.
Yeah,
I bet it is. Everest. Can you see it going down the path? Obviously, Ka Ying Rising.
Yeah.
They bought the right horse, Hong Kong, superb horse. You've seen the odd, Aidan O'Brien horse come out to run in the race. Yeah. But can you see the Everest becoming a truly international race one day? Not really.
They'll bring one or two out because it's a specialist distance, and that's what we do very well. We can take our sprinters around the world and we'll win most of the sprints around the world. As you see with Asphora, right? And she's not even in the top 10, really, in Australia. Let's just put it as it is. She's a very good horse, no doubting, but she's not in our top 10.
She's not going to start favourite in an Everest.
She probably wouldn't even get a Guernsey. There you go, right? So, in saying that, you've got to bring a specialist sprinter from overseas, which is not their backyard. They don't do it much. So, it's great for the sport. They'll probably get one from Hong Kong every now and then, but it'll be an Australian race for a long, long time.
I threw up the idea when we were out at the Woodstock with Pumper, who's as mentioned at the top,
Yep.
still out there, and shout out to Pumper. Hope you're enjoying it out there at the Woodstock. That could it ever be a night race? I don't know if it's feasible. I don't know if it's logistically possible.
It should be. Go and spend the money, put the lights up, because it'll be money well spent, I'm telling you. Because can you imagine having the build-up to the Everest, which they haven't? It's an incredible build-up. Like I said, David Hall was planning for next year as soon as the race was
David
over.
Hayes.
David Hayes, sorry, David Hayes. Sorry, David. But
Hawley's probably trying to find a runner as well.
He'll probably find one. Shout out to mate David Hall. But so this race has become like the Cox Plate or a Melbourne Cup. You're planning for a whole year to get your horse into this race. So the build-up is huge. Can you imagine at the 8-race program at Royal Randwick, we go from twilight into the evening, and the last race is the Everest.
9 p.m.
Oh my God! Can you imagine that? It'll just be it'll be a spectacle.
Yeah.
And then have your concert and your music festival after it. It'd go down as one of the big events in Australian sport.
Because I'm thinking they're coexisting okay at the moment, the Caulfield Cup and Everest, the timing of the two races on that day as well. But I was thinking mainly, it went into my head today because of the Hong Kong element. So you push it back to a night time here, then you're going into prime time through Asia. It's maybe a bit too late for America, but you're catching that audience in the morning over in Europe as well, especially England, like all those people watching the race there. It's just a bit more of a chance to give it a worldwide appeal.
I mean, there's that element of it, but the actual guts of it, I reckon, it'd be, for me, I'd be going, oh my God, I can't wait forever. It's going to be run at night. It's something new. Like, it's still new, the actual concept and the thing. We're still going through that thing, but to have it, what you think, how can we make this bigger? It seems like the logical step is to go night.
Hopefully, because Moonee Valley have done it. They put lights up there, of course, but at the moment, Moonee Valley is a construction zone.
Yes.
And you've seen the plans. You've no doubt talked to the crew there. They've got the Ladbroke support at Moonee Valley, and it was a great feel to it at the end because everyone got to run out onto the actual playing surface, if you like, and take some souvenirs. But what do you hope they don't lose at the Valley, and with knowledge of what is on a architect's plan at the moment?
Oh, you just hope they don't lose that Moonee Valley feel, that amphitheatre, and which when I've spoke to the engineers, which I have done, Michael Brow, the boss there, the whole build is going to be centred on that Moonee Valley field, the amphitheatre. In actual fact, they're going to bring the participants closer to the action.
Really?
Can you believe that? Yes. Yeah. So it's going to be like Happy Valley, like you feel like you're on, it's going to have that feel, all the buildings around you. And I think well done to them. They had this amazing asset, which is land around them, vacant. Let's build on it. Yeah. Put some high-rises around here, which makes them one of the most viable clubs in Australia. They've got plenty of money now. Go and build this brand new racetrack, brand new grandstand. When you stand in the grandstand, you're going to be looking straight at the track down towards Melbourne City. Yeah. It's going to be spectacular.
So take me through the reconfiguration of the actual racing surface. So obviously really short straight, 200 metres. Is that going to change?
So the straight now will be 320 metres long or something about that.
Yep.
So, and uphill.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, so
it's a real test.
From the 1,000 where as it exists now, from the 1,000 to the 300 metre mark, as you just start to turn, that's all uphill, right? You start going uphill. So that's now going to be where we're going into the home straight. So you from the half mile now, that'll be the corner. As you go into the back straight as we have it, that'll be the home straight. So you'll have this. I reckon it's going to be amazing because what happens when you have horses going uphill at fighting out finish, the complexity and the change of a race can change instantly because horses get tired quicker. So that's going to be
a huge test.
It's going to be a great race to watch.
Yeah,
and a great place to watch races.
So it's Flemington next year, the Cox Plate.
Yeah, next year it's going to be at Flemington, which will be fantastic for the sport. But and then shift back to Moonee Valley.
Oh, they're doing it that quick.
27. Yep.
Ooh, okay.
Yep.
Wish they did renovations at my joint.
Well, listen, they started at Sunday. They were started after the Cox Plate was run on Saturday. The Sunday they started.
Straight in there. How good.
Time's pressing.
Absolutely. Just one other issue that came out of the Flemington Carnival. It was like a topical one because I want your thoughts on it, given it. Chad Schofield won a big race.
Yes.
But he broke...
Ceolwolf,
Yeah, Ceolwolf.
in the mile.
In the mile. And that was a slog.
Beat Pericles,
yeah. Pericles got a half length on it, and somehow it pulled back. But Chad broke the whip rules to the tune of $35,000 fine, and he went well over the threshold.
Well, you know, well over.
Rules.
See, this is the thing that I've got. So you get 5 strikes before the 100. Mm-hmm. He did 9, so he went only over 4. Mm-hmm. But they'll print the 9, right? But they forget to publish that. Yeah, we've got 5. So he only went 4 over.
Yep.
It's not significant, really, is it?
And then did he go over in the last portion of the race?
No,
or he
in
was
the
right
last
with that?
part of the race, it's okay.
And that's where he won the race because he
he
was
won the race,
gone.
yeah.
He lifted him over the line.
So they'll put all these numbers up and say this, but the thing is, he only went 4 over.
Can you ever see a Group 1 race being decided by the whip rule? I can't.
No,
I don't think they'll have the cruets for it.
No, they haven't got the kahunas for it because you're going to start punishing an owner and a trainer for a jockey's indiscretion. Mm-hmm. How do you know what I mean? Mm. He got a month's suspension. He got a suspension actually out of the race as well.
Yeah.
Careless riding. So he's going to do a month and he's paid $35,000 fine.
I hope the connections kind of help him out with that.
You know, he almost like he shouldn't have been in the race. Like he's just lost all his percentages. He's got a month's suspension, which is going to cost him another 40, 50,
plenty.
Yeah, 60 grand. So that one's going to hurt. But for 4 over, it's a big punishment for being 4 over, isn't it?
Huge punishment. Yeah. But the argument is, at what point does that affect the actual result of the race? Is it protestable if you're the second horse?
Well, there's no science. They've got no data to back it up to say if it does overturn it or doesn't.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? There's no. I've spoken to a lot of vets about this. He said, and a lot of them are of agreement. The whip actually doesn't make them go faster because they can't run faster. It just holds them there longer, and mate, their lungs are hurting more than the padded whips. They're not feeling it that much, you know.
Yeah. Do you feel when you were riding? Did you feel the horse underneath you change its stride, its demeanour, or anything like that when it's going at full pelt? When it's giving you absolutely everything.
The more you use it, actually, you start slowing them down.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. You can disappoint them. You can disappoint them. And listen, I was one of the lightest whip riders in history. Like I never used it full like that. I was always backhander, and I always just let it slip past their bum. Like I just touched him because I thought, I'm encouraging him to stay at his top, but I'm not disencouraging him, like hurting him to. You know what I mean? To make him curl up and give it up. So, I can only liken it to like, you know, if you're on the pads, right, and you're training with your trainer, and you are starting to, you know, you got 20 seconds to go, and he can see in your eyes that you're starting to go down, like, and he goes, come on, you got 20 seconds, lift, and you just go to another place. You find an extra gear for that next 20 seconds, and after you do it, you just feel amazing. But unless you got someone there encouraging you to do it, you'll start quitting.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
Fair enough. You got any changes for the schedule, or you reckon they got it about bang on at the moment? Yeah, I think it's very hard because they're all competing for the same eyes and same dollar. I think it's not far off. Champions Day, the last day of the spring, is really, they banged it on. I think the All Stakes, putting that on here now, it's a winner because it's got assembled a really nice field. Once you start tinkering, and listen, there's a lot smarter people around in racing that have an opinion more than I do about that sort of stuff. So for mine, I think they've got it okay. Yeah. But you're talking to the trainers and the jockeys, is it they're okay with it, that they're not being stretched beyond their means? I mean, it's hard for the jockeys because like they've got a day like Derby Day where you have to make a choice. Like J-Mac this year decided. I thought about this one for a long time. What about this for a concept? Derby, you have the Saturday, you'll have a big race meeting. Mm-hmm. The Wednesday, you'll go Saturday, Wednesday, Saturday, 3 days. Massive 3 days at Flemington. Could you imagine it? Yeah. And just have it all, you know, like that. Means moving a certain first Tuesday in November concept.
Can you imagine it? Like, I always look at history and as it's great to look back on, but it shouldn't be a blueprint for you to go forward.
For your future.
Your future. So, changes. I think the Melbourne Cup should be the last race on the program just before the news. You know what I mean? had this crescendo. The Cox Plate being the last race, it was unbelievable. It was such a great vibe because we were all going to something.
Yeah.
And there's like this boom, and the race delivered. And at the end of it, everyone was on this buzz.
Yep.
You had the Melbourne Cup, right? And then you got three races after it. It's like you got this buzz and you just drop off. It's I don't know. They could tinker with it.
I didn't drop off. I got Bjorn's at 20s.
Yeah, there you
One of
go.
those races. It was on a drop off there.
There you go.
Shout out to Bjorn. Thanks, mate. Let's get into some awards, shall we?
Yeah.
So we've got Best Ride, Jockey of Spring, Trainer of Spring, Horse of Spring, and your favourite moment, full stop. So a couple of them might be intertwined.
Yeah.
But I'll start with your ride in your wheelhouse, Bossy. The ride that impressed you the most, the best ride.
And they're two by the same jockey, Jamie Mellon. Her Caulfield Cup ride, where it could have went wrong if she dropped down to the fence, she allowed herself not to do that, and that was a winning move going to the first turn, letting the horse on the inside kick up, and that was the winning move. From that, she was always going to be in the box seat. What she did in the Melbourne Cup was so good. It's not what she did at the end of the race, which was very good, but where she set it up. From the start, she kind of knew there was a bit of dead wood inside her. And what I mean by dead wood, they were horses that weren't going to take her into the race. She was so brave to push her horse out and actually cross those ones and put him in the spot and then ask him to relax. You've got to be really brave because he has been a horse who can over-race a touch in his races and can be a bit strong. But she showed the courage to clear those ones, take the dead wood out of the equation, and then she just set herself up for one of the best rides I've ever seen in a Melbourne Cup. But it was all set up in that first 100 metres. Brilliant.
How good.
Yeah.
I got some nominations. You can tell me as well. Obviously, half yours, very, very good. Mark Zahra on Observer in the Derby, where he just went, I'm on the best horse. I'm going to lead. I'll stack him up. I'll just kind of control things. Ballsy move on the favourite, but
he pulled their pants down.
Yeah,
absolutely pulled their pants down. He had everyone mesmerised in that race. They were going 13.5. They were walking. And it was so pedestrian for about 4 or 5 furlongs. Like, we're talking a long way, how slow he went.
Yeah.
Not one jockey did anything. It was boring. It was a boring watch, to be honest. And full credit to Mark, because he just went in and grabbed the race by the balls and said, this is mine. And do they beat him or not? But we don't know. No one in that race actually gave themselves a chance. It was, there was a lot of, I don't know, numb rides in that race. But Mark Zahra was brilliant.
I've got another one for you. Blake Shin, Globe, in the Might and Power.
Yeah.
So no one thought that this horse could win that race.
Yeah.
But he made it happen with what he did in the race.
Yeah.
That was the mark of a genius.
And that was the mark of someone who knows studies his opposition well. It's great to know your own horse and what your horse is capable of doing, but it's even better to know what the others are not capable of doing and exposing them for what they're not good at.
Yep.
And that was an absolute brilliant ride from definitely one of the rides of the carnival.
And Zach Purton on K-ing Rising in the Everest because he rode it like the best horse. And he just presented it at the right time and just put it in the best possible position and certainly had a better reputation out of that race than what William Haggis had of him a couple of hours later on Lake Forest in the King Charles.
Who's Lake Forest?
He ran really well down in Melbourne as well. It didn't quite work. Zachy copped it for that.
Yeah, but he loved it too, Zach.
The horse wasn't good enough.
Yeah, but it was a bit of theatre. She got her two bob on the TV and Zach returned fire, but it was a bit of fun.
Who's the jockey of Spring?
I'd have to say Mark Zahra because he just showed his versatility on Cup Day. Been able to cuddle horses. Like, he got a horse like Warney to win, which hadn't won for a long time. It was just a beautiful cuddle ride, exposed him at exactly the right time, and bang. His ride in the Coolmore, Tentaurus. I mean, he told me he was his best ride for the day and he just thought horses are unbeatable. But the way he went about it, just waiting for the split, and when the split come, so he just showed all of his tools. It was so good to watch.
Tentaurus, by the way, I would love to see that horse at Royal Ascot.
Yeah, he'll go for sure.
He will go?
Oh, there'd be no doubt. He's a stallion.
Anthony Freeman wouldn't be too concerned about taking a horse over there.
Oh, God, no. The boss would love him to go there, right? So when the boss says we go, we go. Yeah, so...
can he win over there?
Oh, he's a proper horse. I spoke to a few ratings people and they're all gushing over this horse, saying that he is a proper horse.
Might be not a blessing, but not the worst thing that he missed out on that run on Stakes Day, that he got scratched at the barrier. So don't put him through the mud there and lose his confidence.
Yeah, I mean, I heard that he was never going to run on a heavy track, and why he fronted up there, I had no idea. I would pull him out that morning.
Yeah.
He's a valuable colt, and he's got it all in front of him.
Who's the trainer of Spring?
Tony and Kelvin McAvoy. Like the way they managed that horse.
Half yours.
I know it's easy to say now, but like that horse was up for the best part of 10 months. Went all through the winter, and what condition they turned him out in. He was just. And when I spoke to Tony, he said, "Bossy," I spoke to him the next day. He said, "I'm telling you, the horse is better Wednesday than he is Tuesday. He is glowing."
That's not normal.
No, that's not normal. He said normally, like after a big run like that, normally their colour will just fade for a couple of days and then they'll come back again.
Yeah.
He said, mate, he's brighter today. That's just a testament to how they handle that horse for his preparation. And, I think that's a marvellous training performance.
Hard to talk against that. I'll just give a mention in terms of the trainer of the overall Spring.
Mm-hmm.
That's one. Obviously, Chris Waller, Group 1's for fun. The training, tactic of the Spring, Joe Pride, Ceolwolf.
Yeah.
So he did not put blinkers on the horse until he actually got him in the stalls before the King Charles and said, "Here, pal, put these on," and it just changed the horse's form, wins that, and then goes down to Melbourne and wins another Group 1.
Yeah, I mean, that's just a real horseman at his best, isn't it? Knowing when to pull that trigger and how to do it. Very rarely you'll see this, but big shout out to Joe, because he's a thinker.
Yeah.
He's a very intelligent trainer. He knows his horse very well, and having the balls to do that is a big thing. And just trusting his horse, knowing that he's still got him there. When his form was a bit indifferent, and he would put some average, okay runs in. But for him to have the faith still in that horse, that he knew that he was at a good level, and then to do that, because he could have went pear-shaped.
Yeah.
It could have went really pear-shaped for him. But congratulations to him and all his staff.
What about the horse of Spring? I mean, hard to go past half yours, given he did a Cups double and ran so well in the Turnbull, but is it that? Is it someone else? Where are you looking here?
I'm looking at the horse I seen early in the spring, a horse called Autumn Boy.
Oh, the Caulfield Guineas winner.
Yes, I think he'll be a juggernaut in the autumn.
Yes.
He only day he really got it right, he smashed him.
Yeah.
And you can see he's just a big green juvenile who's got it all in front of him. So he might be one of those colts that goes through the autumn unbeaten. I just love this horse.
And the sire, Autumn Sun, has also thrown a mare called Autumn Glow. Yeah. So John Massara doing pretty good things up there, and he owns this one. So that was what a spring for her. She wins the Golden Eagle, but after winning the Epsom.
Oh, you don't see him win the Epsoms, especially young mares with 54.5. That's very I've never seen it, to be honest. And I know the history of the Epsom. So when she won that with 54.5, you go, wow, okay, she's a proper serious horse. And then she comes out and brains them. What a brilliant ride too by J-Mac in that race. He was in the one-off line, and he's seen his opportunity to get in the 3-wide line. That was a winning move, because he knows how good she is. But 8 from 8 in good company, it's very hard.
It's pretty good. To do. It's pretty good. What about your favourite moment?
Oh, you know what my favourite moment was? The Cox Plate, and I got to see the essence of competitiveness. I actually stood down ground level right at the winning post when Buckaroo sidled up beside Via Sistina, and everyone thought Buckaroo's going to pass, and it looked for all and sundry that he was going to pass her. I swear to God, I watched her demeanour change. Her ears went back on the head, on the back of her neck, and you could actually physically see her stretch. She refused to let that horse go past her.
She said, "No, you don't."
And honestly, I stood there and went, "Oh my God!" I've never seen that before, but I could actually physically see her change. It was amazing.
You said that about Mackay when we went and saw her, and Via must be the same as well, and all the great ones. Is that they're pack mentality horses? Obviously, they're pack animals, but some of them do not like being anywhere back from first in the pack.
No, they're born leaders.
If they're in the wild, they'd be the same. They'd be at the front of the pack, and Via's obviously that.
Just born leaders. And but I've never seen it more evident, because I could actually watch her eyeball change. Like, she's seen that thing coming, and her demeanour changed, and it wouldn't have mattered if that race went another 100 metres. Buckaroo wasn't past her. It was just incredible.
Great insight.
Yeah, so to just be there and watch that moment, and physically see it live, what a great moment.
How good. Let's get in now to Bossy's best. So it's the magic of the internet. I've transported myself now into Who's the Boss Towers in New South Wales. Bossy is in Who's the Boss Towers in Queensland, but we're still together. We're still as one, Bossy, and we're going to have a look at some good bets. And I want some tips on life in a moment, Bossy, but the big racing continues out west. You've been out west to Perth, Ascot this time of year. It's a bloody good carnival over there.
Yeah, they do a huge carnival, Adam, and I thought you were talking about a bit of Back to the Future stuff there for a bit, but yeah, Perth, mate, through the Christmas period, they have an amazing carnival. It's good weather over there. They get huge crowds, and they actually get a lot of good racing there. Like a lot of the interstate people, like obviously from the east, go across and treat it like a bit of a holiday, but it's a great time.
Yeah, not easy to travel a horse, I'm guessing, over there. But what about when you go over and ride, and you know you're going into their backyard? It's a long way from everywhere, so you only go there once or twice a year. Perhaps if you've got to set your bearings a bit differently if you're a top rider and you go over there into their place? No,
not really, Adam. It's just you just go over there. It's another racetrack. You know the circumference of it. Yeah, it's very easy.
Very easy. Okay, we'll make it easy and find us a winner in the Group 1 Railway Stakes, one of their famous races in the West. Have you picked something out here, Bossy?
Yeah, the Group 1, it's worth $1.5 million. The favourite is Watch Me Rock. He's at $3.60, and he's got an incredible record, this horse. 18 starts and 10 wins, 4 seconds and 2 placings. So he's a really prolific kind of horse. But I thought at the value, Western Empire, he's $4, and he's got an amazing... He's had his first up run, ran well in a Group 2, and his second up stats are really solid. Second up, he's had 8 starts for 3 wins. So Western Empire from barrier 1, I reckon he can just about beat Watch Me Rock. And there's one there at very good odds, Depth of Character, for Annabelle Neesham, taking this horse over. Its last 2 runs have been pretty respectable. Only got beaten 4 lengths behind Linebacker. Was a very good run, and then ran 4th, only got beaten 2 lengths behind Autumn Glow last start. That's pretty solid form for this race, but it's drawn 20. That's why it's probably out in the odds. But if it has luck from barrier 20, Depth of Character will be very hard to beat.
Yeah, far out. Barrier 20, that's starting in the Swan River. It's not even starting on the course. It's going to come out of the water. Depth of Character. But I do remember that run. It was up the rails, wasn't it, in the Golden Eagle on a pretty tricky track. I think conditions might be a bit different on Saturday in Perth if Perth's playing its usual tricks this time of year with 33 degrees and sunshine every day.
Yeah, no, listen, the mile start it can be a little bit tricky, but there'll be good speed. A big field will generate a lot of tempo. So, you know, Depth of Character will hopefully get a tag into the race. And if it does, like its recent form suggested, it will be very hard to beat.
Elsewhere, we're going to look to Kembla Grange, the Gong. So last week we had the Hunter. It was a very good day up there in Newcastle. Everyone enjoyed themselves, and it's going to be the same down south of Sydney this Saturday. The Gong is a big race. Which way are you going, Bossy?
Yeah, the Gong, it's $1 million race. Obviously we're getting towards the tail end of the spring. But there's still a good money I like good money to be won, and obviously I like New Endeavour. Gai Waterhouse it's another one. It's got very good second up stats. It's had the run under its belt. Regan Bayliss rides from barrier 2. I'm sure this Gai Waterhouse and Adrian Bott runner can get the job done, because Gringotts, who will probably be the favourite, but he's going to have to carry 61 kilos, which is, I mean, he's paying for his consistency of late. But that'll, you know, from barrier 7, he'll get his chance, but I believe the weight will be too much.
We'll see. Yeah, Gringotts, I actually don't mind. It's ridiculous odds. Victoria Road, class horse of the race, been off the scene for about 2 years. So, you know, it's starting its career again. But Kieran Maher, we've seen it, Bossy. The guy's a magician. So, you know, I'll be chucking that in multiples, put it that way.
Well, you should, because luck's been on your side, Adam. I believe I had a whisper that there was a hole-in-one. You had a hole-in-one, is that true?
Had a hole-in-one recently, so I kept it from you earlier in the episode, but very happy with that. And The thing about the golf club I play at on the northern beaches of Sydney, Long Reef, is that you get to go in and ring the bell, and that opens up the bar for all the members for an hour. And that has now rocketed into, we rank our top 5 beers, like top 5 settings for a beer. I'll still have the shower beer after playing some kind of sport as number 1. Like, you just locked away by yourself, you got the beer there, you got the water running, it's bliss, it's the best. The airport beer just before going away with the boys for a weekend away might be bumped down to 3 behind the hole-in-one beer at number 2. What do you reckon?
I definitely have. Well, I've never had a hole-in-one, you son of a bitch. So I wish I've been close, but I've never had one. But yeah, well done, brother. That's a really good effort.
Yeah, I actually didn't see it go in, so it wasn't until I got to the green and I thought, hang on a minute, did I hit this ball over the green? I looked around and looked in the hole and it was there. So, yeah.
Well done. Well done.
Very happy with myself. But, Bossy, I hope your golf game is gearing up for summer as well. I mean, you always talk about having the air touch ready for you after golf. We neglect to mention that you're borderline professional golfer.
I don't know about that. I'm off to Queenstown on Saturday for a week, playing golf at Jack's Point with a heap of mates. So that'll be a really good trip. Yeah,
I've heard that's an amazing place. Also, before we let you go on this series, had so much fun, Bossy. I just need some tips, and I'm not talking horse racing tips. I need tips on life. I'm about to go up to Hong Kong to take in the International Race Day for the first ever time.
Yes.
Very, very fortunate to go up there, and Pete Glanville and the crew up there have sorted me out to go there. Glenny, thank you very much for that. That means nothing to anyone except for Glenny, but I had to mention him there. But, mate, I need some tips about what to do, and probably to the point, what not to do in Hong Kong.
Mate, just go there and there'll be so many Aussies up there, so you're gonna, and if you think you're hiding, you're not going to be hiding because there'll be so many Aussies up there. So you're going to run into so many people. You're going to have an absolute ball, mate. The international race meeting up there is one of the biggest ones in the world calendar. So everyone's there having a ball. Just stay. There's a few massage places you probably want to stay away from.
With those massage places, I might have some tight deltoids or something like that, and I'll maybe get those sorted out, but nothing else. Love you, Rach. And just before I go, like, any areas in particular in Hong Kong that you have to go to, or places maybe to avoid in case I do want to just come home and remain married?
No. It's when you get to Hong Kong, mate. Listen, there's so many great places. Go to Central. Go to the bars up there. Like I said, it's almost like you're in Australia because there's so many Aussies there. That's what the best part. You'll run into people that you haven't probably seen for years, so that's the best part about it.
I am also looking forward to the races, it must be said, and watching the majestic K-ing Rising and/or Romantic Warrior with J-Mac on board. So, as you say, mate, it's the best of the best converging from all around the world, and it's one hell of a day. You've ridden in it a couple of times, I dare say, and it's one to take part in, and if you're not taking part, may as well watch it.
Mate, you're going to have a ball. Enjoy it, mate.
Thanks, mate. Bossy, thank you again. Really enjoyed our series. We'll be back early next year, won't we, when the good horses get back in work for the autumn. It'll come around quick.
Yeah, this 5th series has been a blast, getting down there to see Mackay and take you guys down. That was an absolute blast for me. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. But, yeah, so I've really enjoyed this. Gets ready for season number 6.
And none of this possible as well, Bossy, without the great help of our sponsors, IPE Events, all the great events around the place, your corporate sporting experiences, best going around. So make sure you check them out in 2026. They've got Origin, they've got Melbourne Cup Carnival, they've got some great race days in Sydney as well, and plenty else to delve into. We've got Air Touch as well. We say it every week, get it on your phone, Air Touch. You can set your air conditioning from remote locations to make sure that you walk into your house and you're all sorted as soon as you walk in there. So thank you to Air Touch, and also our good friends at Ladbrokes who have helped us out plenty, haven't they, Bossy?
Yeah, no, I'd really like to thank our sponsors. They've been there from the start, and so glad that they've been on this journey with both of us. And hopefully they enjoy the next part of the series that we've got coming up. But yeah, like I said, Air Touch have been wonderful. Ladbrokes are a massive supporter, and IPE Events, well, I just love going to those every year. So yeah, thanks, guys.
Yep, thank you to you as well, Bossy. And for anyone who's listened and watched, thank you. And we will be back season 6. Bossy will dive into the black book, some great guests on the way and some great racing chat as well. Thanks for watching, and remember, like
And subscribe.
And
And subscribe.
Like
And subscribe.
That simple.